Hey, Amgad.
Hey, what?
It's podcast time.
يا نهار اسود السلام عليكم السلام عليكم ازيكم يا جماعه عاملين ايه؟
السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم. What's up, Nadia?
Are you making fun of me with the way I say السلام عليكم?
No.
السلام عليكم. Welcome to the second episode.
البودكاست نمبر 2 او الحلقه رقم 2. No.
حلقة 2
حلقه 2
حلقات.
السلام عليكم. تفضل شبشاي تعال تفضل تعال معلش في ناس بس برا. How you doing today?
Good. I'm good.
How you guys doing today?
It's the second one. We are now not newbies.
Yeah.
It's the second. Yeah.
So, our topic for today is
the
winter break. As you all know, we are very spoiled AUC students. فعندنا اجازات طويله جدا. فالاجازه بتاعت النص سنه بتاعتنا شهر و10 ايام. فبتجينا فرصه ان احنا نلف العالم في 80 يوم. لا I'm just making up stuff. And we had
Thanks for the impression.
Well, it's not exactly like anyone is going to help improve the AUCN's image anyway. Might as well just
I am gonna
انتخبوا مرشحكم نادية أبو الدهب رمز الكرسي في انتخابات مجلس الشعب القادمة إن شاء الله. مش عارف. We had a long break.
And as you know, we came up with the whole podcast idea during the winter break. Like it was our time to plan it and everything. And so
thanks to the wonders of the internet through Facebook message.
And WhatsApp and everything.
WhatsApp.
Yes.
So, tell me a bit about your winter break.
I went home, my other home, my second home, England, and
where in England do you live? Tell them.
I live in I live in a village.
Yes.
Not London, as we know. I did make a YouTube video like 3 years ago about the fact that I don't live in London.
So stop saying that she lives in London.
Yes,
England is not only London, okay?
I'm not a city girl.
You have Liverpool, you have Manchester, you have Nottingham Hill. No, that's football team. Sorry. في بقى فريق اسمه ايه ده اللي هو بتاع نازل درجة تانية اللي هو ساندرلاند. جميل قوي. اتفضل يا حبيبتي.
I only became a city girl once I came to Cairo. So, you know, I'm a village.
نادية من الأرياف. نادية بنت الريف. It's so cool. That's it. Sorry.
What's the reef?
The reef is like the lands, how do you call them?
Hills?
No, not the hills, like the campagne en français, ça s'appelle la campagne.
Countryside.
The countryside, yes.
Yes,
the countryside.
I know French.
Sorry.
I remember French.
أنا آسف جدا إن أنا اتمنظرت عليكم بلغتي الفرنسية. بس ده عشان أنا عندي back grounds في الفرنسي، عشان أنا كنت مدرسة فرنسي. بس يعني تفضلي.
Yeah, so I went back home and
for almost the whole thing actually.
Yeah. So my parents did everything. And I went to work and everything, but I think the highlight is when I did go to London and I went to 2 museums in one day, which we realized is quite the feat. It was quite a big feat to do 2 museums in one day. And that I think was
not everyone is capable of doing 2 museums in one day. Get it? 2 museums one day. 2 girls one. What?
No, we don't have that type of content in our podcast.
I know that internet people would مش انتوا هتريليتوا معانا يعني في حاجات انتوا شفتوها حاجات
حرام عليك.
طيب اوكي انا اسف
So what did you do?
انا بقى I had the most exciting winter break I've had in my life, and by exciting I mean shitty. I mean
ما فيش swearing في البودكاست. لا
المهم.
Remember? No.
أيوة بالضبط. You don't have to mention it though. Now you have to edit it out. اسمه إيه ده? I went to Lebanon for the first time in my life. I've never been outside. I mean, for my whole life I've been only to France and Germany and Belgium and Egypt. I've been to Egypt. Can you believe it? Sorry.
You haven't really been to Egypt. If we're going to talk about being to Egypt, I think I owe
exactly.
You on
She
that.
actually beats me. يعني عارفة حاجات في مصر أكتر مني. راحت فيوم وراحت سيوة. أنا رحت سيوة ورحت شرم.
أسوان
الأقصر وأسوان ما رحتش. وقعدت أعايرها.
لازم.
Okay, I will one day.
Yeah.
حاضر والله. عينيا الاثنين. Lesson learned from Lebanon.
Can I come when you go?
Okay.
It's that good. It's seriously amazing. I love it.
شجع السياحه الداخليه بدل ما انت عمال بتدفع فلوس وتروح في اخر الدنيا وتركب فيلا في الاخر بيضحكوا عليك ويدوك سوداني يلف جوه شوف بلدك فيها ايه المهم. So I went to Lebanon and طبعا الفكره المتاخده عن لبنان انه يقبرني هالجمال وهالجو الجميل والحاجات الفظيعه دي والناس الحلوه. طبعا الناس حلوه اكيد يعني ما قلناش اي حاجه. The people are nice. They're very very optimistic in an unbelievable. It's like Ebola there, but it's just optimism. You know, it's like everywhere. فيعني people are
happy.
Yes, they know exactly how to be happy with the slightest stuff. And I was a bit disappointed. I mean, the landscapes are amazing. The countryside is amazing. Everything there is amazing. But the whole hype about the nightlife and the amazing stuff you can do there. I mean, Beirut is basically just that little bit bigger than Alexandria. اسكندرية يعني تعتبر بالنسبة لها مدينة كبيرة يعني. And the people who went there with us were going for shopping. So I don't think the shopping there was amazing. يعني كايرو فيستيفال سيتي هنا في التجمع عجب فظيع في كل حاجة بالنسبة للبنان يعني. That's it. بس طبعا it's an amazing place يعني. It's an amazing culture. It's an amazing food culture full of tabbouleh. أنا أكلت كمية تبولة يعني حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. It's painful والله يعني مش ممكن ما فيش مطعم تروحه إلا لما التبولة دي في كل حتة يعني if you don't order it they actually get it for you. That's how bad it is yeah. فبس it was a good it's a nice experience. I mean it's a new place.
Yeah.
It was really really horrifying and then at the same time exciting when I went to the places that were affected by the civil war and saw the buildings. And then I actually watched like a documentary about it. These people are fighters. I mean, despite going there and feeling like it's a bit boring شوية, but like if you think of what they've went through to come to where they are today, shout out to the Lebanese. To be honest, I mean, I think if Egyptians had went through the same, they wouldn't have the energy to just or the hope to just rebuild everything tiny.
Yeah.
Because you have buildings there, and it's basically so penetrated by bullets that the sunlight goes through him like it's a whole building but the sun still goes through it عادي. It doesn't make any kind of shade. This is how bad it is yeah. So yeah, shout out to the Lebanese fight the power people.
So snack shout out.
I'm really bad at political stuff. What?
Snack shout out to Lebanon.
So snack shout out to Lebanon today. Beirut. Anyway, so that was the first part of my winter break because I went for like 8 days. And then I came back and then I went to Alexandria and then I came back to Cairo and then I went to Germany, which people who know me know that I go a lot to Germany because of my dad's work. I'd call it a business trip, not so much entertainment.
Yeah.
And since I've been to Germany so many times before, ما كانش في حاجة جديدة المرة دي أعملها الصراحة. Other than shopping and ما فيش حاجة يعني. I did go to the German museum there.
Yeah.
رحت المتحف الألماني وشفت بقى إيه بقى الطيارة المقاتلة حلوان.
A plane.
المترجمة بتاعتي. This is a jet fighter that was developed between Egypt and Germany in the 60s. And it's very interesting to see that we actually built that at some point. And it never actually went through because 67 and the war and everything. So everything stopped. And we learned not to be exposed back then, that we don't have to publicize everything because we eventually get fucked up. So, yeah. But it's a nice thing to see. I saw a lot of jet fighters, a lot of airplanes from the World War I and II, and because World War I and II basically pushed the technology further because it's a war and you need to, you know, away from the atrocities of the war. and yeah, and Germany was cold, -3 -5 تحت الصفر كله 5 6 يعني حاجات كده لطيفة يعني شوية تلج لطيف برضو يعني مش وحش بس I'm talking too much. Right.
But it's good. Like you went there. You went to 2 countries and like.
Yeah, this is the first time I do it in such a small frame.
Yeah, even though it was kind of rushed and everything. But I always find when you go to a country, even if you're not impressed or you don't enjoy the experience, it's still an experience.
True, and you do learn something every time.
Yeah, you either like realize how good something is in like your home country, or you realize that there's hope or, you know, positivity that we can inspire from other countries and things like that.
Yes.
And it's the same when I went to England, especially when I went to the museum. I like half the things, like Old Haga, when we went to, I think it was the British Museum. Old Haga I saw was a mummy, like outside. I'm like, you are promoting like
just
the
chilling.
British Museum.
That's the mummy chilling.
With a mummy, like that's the advertisement, is like the Egyptian culture, and it's just like, it's really
sad.
amazing. It's sad, but it's like we can inspire from this. We can go, like, I feel like if Egypt could easily have like the biggest amount of museums in Egypt, but we don't. Like if we could make a museum for anything. I mean, and also when we went to the natural history museum, and there was a room like probably the size of like one floor of this library, full of stones and rocks.
تعالوا عندنا شط اسكندريه ولم شويه حجر عجب هتعمل ايه شغل جامد.
It was really interesting, but there was like a billion. It was so many, and I'm like, if we could have a museum in Egypt, or you could have one in like every city, I think, just for anything, even if it's a small one. And
because I feel like we're gonna get back to this because I really have to develop on this point.
Yeah.
Where we look back too much as Egyptians.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I get your point,
but I mean, like, the ancient Egyptian culture has given us, like, literally, it's given Egypt, like, so much to just earn from. And sure, we need to make something, like, modern, and we need to...
The thing is, I feel like it's the mentality. يعني إحنا كمصريين وحضارة وكلام ده كله 7000 سنة طبعا أكيد يعني بس we look back too much, you know what I mean? Like, we look back for inspiration, which is not right. يعني civilizations أو حضارات زي أوروبا مثلا ما تبانتش عشان قعدت تبص لورا. يعني Europe has been in wars for thousands of years. They've never really became friends until the last 50 years. And let's define friends because the European Union is not exactly having the best time. فيعني الدنيا يعني عمرها ما بتمشي عشان اصل بص في ناس قبل مني عملوا فيلا نعمل زيهم. لا، it's انت عايز تعمل حاجة بتقعد تعملها فبتعملها بس كده. انت البداية وانت النهاية وانت الانترميدياري وانت كل حاجة. والله صدقني انا اسمع مني انا. شوف انا شاب فاشل وماليش لازمة في الحياة بس اسمع مني والله. اسمع منها كمان بص. أجنبية وبتفهم وكده اسمع مني.
I just feel like this is a good like topic that everyone can like put their own info. Like if you leave a comment saying what do you think about the whole idea of like the ancient Egyptian culture and what we are now, and the fact that so many other countries have so much Egyptian artifacts and they make millions out of it. Even though it's a free museum, I felt like I wanted to go there every weekend because it's so huge and you just need to spend hours going around the museum and everything.
Yeah.
But the amount of money is where they make it from, like the cafes and the souvenirs and things like that. But I just feel like, you know, you need to inspire from that. You need to like sort, or instead of ruining everything we have from the, because I read the news about a crane kind of damaging a tomb in, I think it was Aswan or somewhere, and I just read that and
the Tutankhamun's beard that they glued.
مش ممكن يا جماعة إيه ده؟ It just makes me.
I mean, it makes me cringe not because it's the history and everything. Of course, it's the history and it has its value. But I mean, how badly educated can you be to think that using normal glue to glue something that is 2,000 years old will just work and will not look suspicious? يعني طب يعني فين بص كده بقى في دماغ الشخص اللي عمل كده ده اتعلم ايه في حياته عشان يوصل للمرحله دي في حياته انه ايه بص هات صمغوه انبوبتين واديها هتلاقي بص بتاع لزق ايه عجب زي كانه جديد مش هيبان عليه وكده جاب واحد وش ورنيش يعني مش ممكن يعني the mentality, the education,
it's just, it's where does this all come from? But the thing is, like, I know we're going to talk about this for a long time. About
it's a recurrent thing. We're always going to mention that in our podcast.
Yeah, definitely, it's going to be like an ongoing thing. It's like you need to sort out and put and respect the ancient Egyptian culture because you have I don't think anyone really comprehends how much the ancient Egyptian culture with their like inventions and their history and their art, like just finding little pieces, how much valuable that is to like the world. And like it's given Egypt so much like prosperity for the future. If we take it properly and we like preserve it, we can make a lot of money off that, as well as like doing things now in the now, like having entrepreneurs and great things in Egypt.
being up there with the rest
balance.
of the world, just trying to keep yourself updated.
Yeah.
ما تقعدش تعيش بقى في 30 سنة ورا يعني.
I mean, like for instance, I've never been there, but we have Stonehenge in England, right? And millions of people come from across the world and across England to see Stonehenge, and it's just like a few rocks really, and nobody really understands what it means. I mean, there's a lot of theories behind it.
يعني أكيد ده معناه كتير جدا إنه بيبقى جاي من واحدة إنجليزية يعني. يعني واحدة إنجليزية بتقول على ستونهنج إنه حاجة ملوش يعني عشوائي حجر حاطين. أظن يعني واضحة. تقعدوا تقولي لي بقى اصل المصريين هم اللي بيقولوا على الاهرامات محصرات اهي من انجلترا وبتقول لك اهي شويه حجر كده حاطينه والناس بتجيله من كل ناحيه. طب اهو
في souvenirs where there's like events and things like that, but I've been to Aswan and Luxor and I've seen like in the museums in England and the museums in Egypt like كمية حاجات من ancient Egypt and just the delicate like you don't have to be
they don't
like
go
fanatic,
and they don't go on the Stonehenge and go writing منال واحمد الذكرى الهباب والنوم على التراب حبيبة قلبي اللي بحبها قوي 010 562 they don't do that يعني it doesn't happen on a bit of rocks كده حاطينهم كده.
But you don't have to. I don't think you have to be like an art maniac or anything. You just have to realize that these are things that people made how many years ago was it? And just they're so amazingly delicate without any like machinery and technology and things like that. And like it's just crazy how much like ancient Egyptian has and Egypt has, and it's just not taking it properly and everything. That's just what I think. And if we could, that would be amazing. I feel like I need to make a museum in like every city or every village in the whole of Egypt to be like, hey, look, just amazing. Just look at it. Look at this one little piece of like jewelry or
that body language
papyrus.
makes me feel like you're baking something.
No, it's just I'm putting it in a glass case and I'm securing it with the right temperature and everything. Okay, that's how you look after old things.
Yes, I understand.
So,
and of course يعني the latest events in the country didn't exactly help and everything. يعني التفجير اللي حصل من سنة اللي كسر الإسلامك museum. I mean there are things in there. I've been there basically 1 month before it got blown up. And the things in there are just يعني لو رحتم المتحف الإسلامي طبعا أكيد في ناس كتير راحته في حاجات جوه مش لا تقدر بثمن لا تقدر بأي حاجة لا تقدر بالبتنجان لا تقدر بالطماطم البايظة لا تقدر مفيش يعني one off copy مثلا من كتاب بتاع كليلة ودمنة من إيران which is this kind of stuff is like basically the history of bookmaking and it's over 1,000 years old and you don't find copies of these anymore and God only knows if it survived the blow or not.
Yeah.
عشان يعني
But I mean, we want to know, what do you think about the whole preservation of ancient Egyptian packs in Egypt and outside Egypt? And have you I mean, I know some people that haven't been to the pyramids, which is like a big thing, but also, do you realize how much amazing stuff ancient Egyptian has and like
the value of it?
Yeah, where you see it, or like what would you
So the lesson of the week, the lesson of the episode is that traveling is a win-win experience.
Yeah.
you'll يعني دايما هتتعلم حاجة مش هترجع من هناك وانت حاسس انه ممكن تكون ضيعت فلوس مع دقايق قعدت في اوتيل مش قد كده بس اكيد اتعلمت حاجة يعني اكيد في حاجة علقت معاك من هناك.
It can
that's the whole point of it
or inspire you and just kind of get this podcast here is just like thoughts about, hey, I went to England and I went to the museums. I've been to a lot of museums, even for Luxor. There was a new one, and I just felt like, hey, what's stopping us from doing this and things like that. So I just want to know, what do you think about how things are preserved here and everything.
And also, have you made any travels lately?
Yeah, what did you do in your winter break?
سافرت في أي حتة؟ عندك قصص قصيرة مؤثرة قصدي قصص قصيرة ظريفة؟
Yeah.
قول لنا كده في الكومنت. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
It wasn't me.
It was me.
Yeah, I
قول لنا
don't
في
know if I break.
الكومنتات.
معلش.
قول لنا في الكومنتات قصة قصيرة ظريفة أو حكمة اليوم أو طبق اليوم. يعني قول لنا حاجة.
يا عم أمجد يا كوست.
أكوست يا كبير عيب كده عيب. يعني share with us in the comments or on the page what exciting stuff did you do or what
was the
interesting
highlight of your
stuff.
winter break?
Yeah.
I'd like to know that.
What was your highlight of 2014? And remember at the end of the episode that the answer is you, not the ones before you, not the ones after you, not the ones. It's you. ابدأ بنفسك. أنا مش بتكلم بجد بطريقة cheesy أو كده. That's how you make it in life.
That's a nice end of the podcast. Yeah.
So
Okay,
let's
leave to Amgad, okay?
I'm sorry. You ready to end this?
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week.
Woo!
In another episode of
Soot snack.
Yay!
Woo!
1 2 3.
Salam
bye. I hope you didn't get bored of our ranting.
You like this episode.
And you that like it and that you felt close and you felt part of it. And you will feel more part of it if you leave comments and share and
give us some next topic.
Yeah,
to talk
feedback. We need feedback.
And a thumbs up.
And remember على التويتر على الفيسبوك على الكومنتات
هاشتاج سوت سناك
على هاشتاج سوت سناك تاني هاشتاج SOOT SNACQ K I mean
Okay.
okay